evening. We are to do another tutorial, and this time round, to be a little bit of my typing. We want to talk about digital will. Digital will. If you check the time, is 7:30. Today is December 1st, Saturday 2018. We all know what will is. Like, if I die, you take over my property. Yeah, that the will we all know. That is what I'm talking about. Now this time around, not your house. You go to whether you're a lawyer or whoever, and then you just do that one, and then after you they'll hand over to the person. But this time around, we are looking at digital will, like your digital assets, things you have online. How do you manage it? Like, how do you make sure when you are no more, someone takes over? Like, is this something you've really thought about? Like, I have these things online, A, B, C. Now, if I die, who in the family or my friends who knows I have A, B, C online? And that is just what this is about. So you like strategizing to make sure someone is able to take over your online things when you are no more. It's a video I've actually been trying to do all this while, and kind of start and the laziness will set in. But last week something actually happened, and I said, wow, it's not a joke. Like, we all have to get it. We all have to get it. First of all, maybe your online things, you don't value them much. Maybe just social, like Facebook, you have maybe some one or two videos on YouTube. Maybe just have some pictures on Instagram, your Twitter handle, and that's all. So basically, when you pass away, there's nothing much to lose. Now, going forward, things are getting complicated. Our banks are getting online. Our payment systems are going online. Our businesses are going online. Yeah, and a whole lot. So basically, if you pass away, everything stops. And a typical example is what I personally experienced. I think that was somewhere 2 weeks ago. A very close friend, like a business friend. So 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, I was supposed to meet him so that we go and meet one. If I should call him also a business partner. We're actually trying to strike a deal with that partner. I was supposed to meet him at Accra, and then we go do that discussion together. But later I called him that no, I wouldn't be able to make it, so he should go, and then whatever it is, we'll communicate. Then he said that is fine. So on on Tuesday he met the guy. They discussed a lot, about 2 hours of discussion. So after Tuesday, Wednesday, we couldn't talk. He actually called him. He's done with the guy. So like evening we would talk, but that Wednesday we couldn't. So on Thursday, And then evening he called me, and then we talked a lot about that meeting he had, and like what's the next step. Everything was okay. The party we met, they brought a proposal. This is how they want it. We also discussed. We said no. We also want it this way. There were other parts we were like in consensus, but others we said no. We have to do some changes there. So we did all these discussions, and then he said I should write, like, create a draft of our angle of like how we also want things to be. So that draft we will send to that partner, and then we kind of that back and front can iron things out so that we'll all be on a common platform. So on that Thursday night, I couldn't draft it, but early morning the Friday I drafted it, and waiting like evening I'll call and then tell him, and he's there. And then I don't know what happened that evening. I couldn't communicate with him. So definitely that was Friday. So Saturday we have to discuss that draft so that we can send it. It is in Gmail, and like I wrote that draft in Gmail. His Gmail account is actually a business account. I have access to it. I have access because I also handle his website. So I did it, and then on Saturday I say, okay, let me check what is happening on Facebook. I log on to Facebook. You won't believe it. The guy is gone. Like joke, he's dead. I saw a post like um so soon. I said, Kai, this picture so soon. I said, no, this is not true. My heart started beeping. I pick my phone, I call, and his line is off. Try again, off. Then I check his Facebook, and I realize it shows 1 day ago, like the last time he logged in 1 day ago. It's something I've never seen, like he's been off that long. So, like someone shouting outside. So that is it. I kind of fool myself. Just fooling myself. It can be true. Wow. Hey, that's it. Like joke. He's gone. He's gone. All the discussions we did, all communications we've been doing, all his business plans, basically everything about his business was being operated online. And that was just all. That was just all. I have access to that particular email, but I don't have access to his personal email. I have access to his website. And just Thursday I talked, Friday we didn't. Saturday around 2 thereabout I log on to Facebook, and he's gone. So I said, wow. So I didn't know any family of him too. So what I had to do is those sending condolence on Facebook. I chat some of them if they are related to him, and I was able to get in touch with one of the relatives, and he gave me a date for the funeral, which is 21st. Today is 1st, so 21st, then 22nd is the burial. And that is it. So everything he was doing came to a halt halfway. I still have that draft is still in his mail. It came to a halt all of a sudden. So basically, these are some of the things that, if you really think about it, just assess your things online. If it's that valuable, then you really need to sit and analyze that. No, if I'm not there, this is the person that has to take over. Yeah, you have to write it as a will too. You have to write it as a will that if I'm not there, these people should take over my online assets, like online accounts. Now, for example, I also have my site. There are other people I handle. Yes. So if tomorrow I'm no more, those people will end halfway. But if there's somebody to pick up, that person can pick up the account details and then they log in, and then log in to continue with the communication. So that's it, like in brief, the need, like why you have to get that data. Well, it's very important. It's very important. Now the hardest part. While you are alive, you don't want anybody to be able to log into those accounts. You only want to give them access when you are no more. So how do you go about this? It's difficult still. There are no practical rules to this. For example, you can't give your access to someone and say don't log in until I pass away. No. Even if today he will not, human being can be trusted for that 24/7. So it's possible someday he will log in and do bad things. But gradually, like systems are like companies are beginning to incorporate that, like providing mechanisms so that when someone passes, you can provide evidence that he's no more, and then whoever his account has to be handed over to, or if the account has to be shut down, then it will be shut down. Like if you take let's say Facebook, for example, a lot of people, their Facebook usage is their personal life, so like not that much business, so there's no much transactions in it that there's no more somebody who will have to take over. And so in that case, you can make a submission to Facebook that this person is no more, so let's close this. You can close his account. I think Facebook actually accepts those requests. You provide evidence and everything that he's no more, and then they will close the account. So that is it. But for accounts you want someone to take over, you really have to think around it. It's kind of a new challenge. There's no 100% answer as to I can give advice that this is what you have to do. I'm only bringing it to your notice that you have to be careful. Like you can deliver a good to someone, and the only means of that communication is email. Bring it, I'll bring you the money. You submit it, and the person, without you getting the money, you can pass away, and your family will not get that money unless somebody who really has that fear of God in him, and the person will submit, or that morality, the person has that. Other than that, the person will, that will just be the end of it. So, and no one can have access to your email too, so that the person can kind of go through to see XYZ communications were incomplete, so something like that. If you take Facebook for example, of late, is it Facebook or Gmail? I think Gmail account, they allow you to add a trusted person's number. So for example, if you want to reset your password, the options, it can be your email, it can be your telephone number, or it can be your trusted person's telephone number. So but there are steps to it. If all steps fail, you can use that your trusted friend's phone number to retrieve it. So it's just a thought. I don't have 100% answer to it. I just want to put the question to you know best. At the point in time, I was thinking of well, for my mom, I trust my mom. I trust my mom very well. It has to be secrecy, she can keep it. And she's illiterate, so at the point in time, that thought came to my mind, like my key account. One thing is, I have one or two accounts, like email, that everything comes finally into it. So, like, if you have access to that email, you can basically reset all other possible accounts I have, or meaningful accounts. If you have my telephone number and then you have that particular email, you can possibly reset all possible accounts I have. So I had the idea that fine, what I would do is create, list that email, and then list that password. And then I'll go and give it to my mom, and then I'll tell her, shh, don't give this thing to anybody. But when I die, give it to Mr. X. So I'll not even let Mr. X know if I die, he is supposed to get it. So a minute please, also. Alright, well. Sorry. Someone was leaving, so I had to pick the key so that you come in. That means I'm also leaving, but I'm not the last person. I have to leave. So basically, that is it. You know best how you can handle it. So that is it. You really need it. If not, all things you have online, if the next day you are no more, everything is off. Like it will just hang. No one can continue. So basically, that is the what I'm just want to make clear to the world out there. So bye.